The quest for a credible voters register and its attendant electoral reforms have formed part of the country's democratic experiment. A few years after the compilation of a biometric register in 2012, some groups began agitation for what they called a credible register ahead of the 2016 elections. Pro-MPP group Let My Vote Count Alliance staged a mammoth demonstration for this purpose, which turned bloody. Fast forward in 2020, the arguments for a new credible register have sprung up once again. The Electoral Commission makes the case for a new register as follows.
The vendor has stated clearly that there is a problem, which if you don't address is going to crash.
But
and the vendor said...
Is the address the new system entirely? Because you've already told us that it's possible to retrieve our fingerprints. So how did you move from address the problem based on what the vendor said to we need an entirely new system, we need a new register? That's a real stretch, right? How did you move away from address these challenges that the vendor is identifying to now you need a new register?
But you know, the whole solution is being changed, and the softwares are not the same. You know, the current data center was based on 2005, 2008 software. And you know, the experts will tell you, now you are going to acquire a new software, which is 2019, 2020. So the compatibility of having everything. So that's why I said it's possible we can even use the fingerprint. So we are waiting for the process to continue to be sure that indeed we can use. If we can use, it makes our work even easier.
The NDC is leading a coalition of political parties. The inter-party resistance against the new register to oppose this proposed new register. They began by walking out of an IPAC meeting that was to demonstrate the features of this new electoral roll. Later, the coalition organized a forum.
Over the period, the convention has been that anytime population census are compiled, it becomes a justification for which a new voters register should be created. Why is the Electoral Commission running ahead of the 2020 population census? We want to assure the Electoral Commission that if it is about their 10%, the basis for which they want to embark on this exercise, because oil must pass through their fingers, this time round, we assure them that they have failed.
Followed it up with a mammoth protest in Tamale.
This is the beginning of a long-drawn struggle to protect the democracy of this country. We cannot struggle to build a democracy for 30 years only to allow one individual to just come and break everything apart. So we are saying that we would never agree for our democracy to be toyed with.
Then there is a group of 13 political parties, including the MPP, who are in support of the move by the Electoral Commission to compile a new electoral roll.
We are a coalition of political parties for yes to a new register. We support the Electoral Commission because their justification for the new register is very clear. Also, our main reason is simple. The NDC MPP duopoly can't be broken by us. We believe the EC has made a solid case for a new register in terms of cost, time, and credibility.
The Electoral Commission's Advisory Council, made up of some eminent Ghanaians, have had to intervene, urging the Inter-Party Advisory Committee to resolve all differences. But what does the ordinary Ghanaian make of the debate about a new voters register?
The last time we voted will be 3 years ago, and there could be situations whereby we have people who have lost their lives, and there is a need for us to get a new register so we can have current informations that would help us in the new elections.
A lot of the children are up to 18 now, and they need to vote. So it's good to start so that those who don't have can get a new one.
I think in this time, I don't think it's really important for us to compile a new register. The reason being that we have just done the district election just past some few weeks or whatever it is. And then it was the same register that was used. So if we thought there was a problem with the register, why did we allow it to be used for a district election?
In fact, the economy of a democratic Ghana, and you find savings Ghana, and you find savings Ghana, and you find savings the lowest. Only financial is the lowest. Only financial is the lowest. Only financial institution